Hey, yo, what's the deal? That's your boy Tag from Pro Wrestling Tag. You know what I mean? As of this recording, it is 1:55 p.m. in the afternoon. You know what I mean? I got the day off of work. You know what I mean? And I don't go back to work until Friday. You know, I'm just looking at some stuff that I got in the mail. I got a survey I got to fill out and send back through. You know, so I definitely was going to put this topic to the side because at first I felt like it was not irrelevant, you know. But then I seen some things recently that it actually supported this topic, and I've noticed this for the last the last 2 years when we're talking about Survivor Series. And look, WarGames is now the hook, line, and sinker point for Survivor Series. I mean, shit, it fits the Survivor Series thing. You know what I mean? Survivor Series, war. What do you do in war? You try to survive. You kill to survive when you're in war, right? So Survivor Series now, you know, in this current landscape, now, you know, WarGames is, like I said, WarGames is the main attraction for Survivor Series, right? And there's been a lot of people who's been asking about the traditional 5-on-5 tag elimination matches that we've all come to love with Survivor Series, right? That Survivor Series was synonymous for. And let me keep it a buck with y'all, okay? That concept has now officially been outdated. It's an outdated concept, you know, because anyone can now do a traditional 5-on-5 elimination tag team match. You know, it's outdated. You know what I'm saying? It's an outdated approach. Like there's nothing there with Survivor Series, you know, with that, you know, Survivor Series concept at this point. And that's another thing too. You know, Survivor Series, period, for the last couple years, it didn't feel special. You know, it did not feel special. It didn't feel like it was no longer a special pay-per-view. Shit. Growing up, the main four was, you know, SummerSlam, no, it was, you know, Royal Rumble, you know, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, and WrestleMania. With, at one point, King of the Ring being, you know, the fifth. But I see why they eliminated King of the Ring as a primary pay-per-view, especially with the brand split, because you got 5. And I do miss, and you know what, that might be another topic of discussion I'll bring up. You know, how this, you know, the old way of the brand split. What I was saying, yeah. So, you know, when they had brands, the brands had their own pay-per-views, right? So, Survivor Series, you know, for the last several years have, you know, it's kind of lost its luster before 2022. It was just a pay-per-view that was just there. Like, you know, it had no meaning and stuff. And my Survivor Series, I remember when people made their debuts and they wound up becoming stars. Shit. Fucking, you know, Kurt Angle, The Undertaker, The Rock, you know. And, you know, during that time, they, you know, like I said, the main attraction was the 5-on-5 tag team elimination tournament, right? But now, you know, it doesn't hit the same anymore. Like, it doesn't have that feel anymore for you to be attracted to. You know, you're not gonna go, oh man, you know, the Bloodline versus, you know, such and such in a 5-on-5 tag team elimination. It just doesn't work. You know, and now definitely it doesn't work. Not under the Triple H regime. You know, I'm not saying that they can't do that match. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that they can't do a match somewhere within the pay-per-view. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is now that is no longer the trademark for Survivor Series. It's WarGames now. You know, WarGames is now officially the main staple for Survivor Series, right? And I'm glad because, again, I'm not gonna watch it. I'm not gonna watch Survivor Series for a 5-on-5 elimination tag team match. I'm not gonna do that. It gets boring. I can see tag team matches on fucking Raw and SmackDown. I can see all that there. Why would I want to waste my time with that? WarGames is an attraction. Two rings, a big ass cage. Shit happens. Shit goes down. A lot of shit goes down. And again, I feel like with Survivor Series, when that concept came back, forget about it. Like you had me hooked. You had me hooked with WarGames. You know what I'm saying? And again, this also goes back to what I was saying about WCW, where WWE integrated. They basically integrated everything that WCW had in its history. Everything. And WarGames is the biggest. Is the biggest example of them all, right? So, with that being said, they could still, like I said, do a tag team 5-on-5 elimination tag. They could do that. They could still do the 5-on-5 tag team elimination match. They could, in Survivor Series, they could. But here's the thing, right? Like I said, it's outdated. A lot of concepts from the 90s, that attracted people. A lot of them, well, not a lot of them, because there are still things that can work in today's day and age. Clearly, that can age well. Like fucking spin the wheel, make the deal. That aged really well, right? WarGames ages really well. Shit. With the shit that WWE is doing with TNA, where they can come up with different match concepts, that shit can age really well. It can still work in today's day and age. Could a traditional 5-on-5, tag team elimination match, and I don't know why the fuck I'm slowing down, 5-on-5 tag team elimination match, could that still work in today's WWE landscape or in pro wrestling in general in 2024? It could. But when I mean outdated in terms of hook, line, and sinker for a pay-per-view. You're not gonna. Again, WarGames is it's a more attractable concept. It's almost the same. It's basically almost the same shit. You got your 5-on-5. You got your fucking 5-on-5. And you're going against, maybe 4-on-4, 4-on-4, 5-on-5. You're trying to eliminate the team via cage. You do a bunch of crazy shit via cage. You know what I mean? So you gotta ask yourself. You gotta ask yourself this question. Which one do I pick? Do I pick, the old school shit, or do I pick shit that is still relevant to this day, to the point where fucking AEW is copying it and other promotions are copying it? I mean, I think WarGames is a more exceptional choice. Shit, they got the Saturday night's main event coming up, right? They could do a fucking traditional 5-on-5 elimination tag team match there. You could do it there. You could do it on fucking Raw. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, that match is no longer an attractable match because it is an outdated concept for the pay-per-view. It is. It fucking is. It is. And like I said before, I'm going to say this again. WWE is basically, they're always creating different matches and different concepts, right? And so they're, I'm pretty sure with the relationship with them and TNA, I would create more different concepts, more match concepts that I can use with a hybrid from TNA and WWE, to make something brand new, Will WWE want to bring in the traditional 5-on-5 tag team elimination concept sometime in the future? Who is to say? Who is to say? But as of right now, WarGames is your hook, line, and sinker. It is. Moving forward now, you can't look at Survivor Series and the 5-on-5 tag team elimination match the same ever again. You can't. Now, every time I think of Survivor Series, it's always WarGames. It's always WarGames, B. It's always WarGames, and it makes a lot of fucking sense. You know what I mean? So, y'all guys, I'm gonna go take a bath. You know what I mean? Because I'm a little bit hot. You know what I'm saying? I'm bored. So I'm gonna definitely come up with another video tonight for y'all. All right? Peace.